Hey there guys, welcome back, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about Reiki. We're going to talk about the Reiki hand positions, but we're also going to talk about my favorite hand positions in Reiki. And you're probably thinking, well, what do you mean your favorite? Surely you have to use all of the hand positions. Well, actually no, you don't. Usually when we trained to move the hands down the body or where we feel intuitively drawn to. But like I say, usually when you're first starting out, when you're learning, teachers tend to use the chakra points or the chakra positions down the body just as kind of like a guide. You become more experienced with that, then you get more of a flow and you get more of an intuitive sense of what is going on with the person, and just where you feel drawn to, and that's where you lay your hands basically. So the hand positions, for me, they are important, especially when learning. But when you become a little bit more developed or a little bit more knowledgeable, you come to the knowing and the realization that it really doesn't matter where you have your hands. As long as the intentions are pure and the Reiki is flowing, then the Reiki is going to go wherever it needs to go within your body. I see a lot of posts about, like, do you have to place your hands here for this point? Do you have to place your hands there for that point? And there is no right or wrong, but you really, wherever you place your hands, the Reiki is going to flow to that point, to whatever they need in that moment. It will go, it will happen. So that is basically it. It's so simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't overflower it with loads of complicated gestures or meanings or whatever. It really is, just keep it as simple and as easy as possible, and over time you'll start to build a little bit more of a practice. You'll get a little bit more knowledge. You might want to delve into more deeper stuff with the practice, but really it is extremely simple and extremely easy and basic. And it can be quite, when you're learning it for new, it can be quite daunting. You're like, ooh, you might not know much about it, or you might have already had some Reiki and you know how it feels when you have Reiki, but then you may think, well, what if I can't perform the Reiki? What if it doesn't work for me? What if you don't feel the effects? And you get loads of these questions that fire off in the mind, and you just like, let all that go, because it's going to happen anyway. It will work. And what I find a lot of the time with me and with a lot of people that also practice Reiki is when they are doing self-healing, they don't really feel anything or experience anything. And that's not to say that nothing's happening. It's just, that's what is happening in that moment for you. It is extremely subtle. The changes and the feelings that you go through are extremely subtle, and usually when you're doing self-healing, you might be a little bit more conscious of yourself, because if you have your hands in a certain position for a long period of time, the shoulders might ache a little bit. If you've got your hands up here for a while, the shoulders might ache, and that can take your awareness away from what is actually going on with you internally and sensory. But what is happening is you are relaxing, you are receiving the healing, and there is nothing, it's nothing external really, because you are already that light. You are already that great bright light that we talk about in Reiki. You are already flowing with that energy. All that is happening is when you go into these relaxed places, is that flow is improving. And that is where the healing comes from. So that's why we have to create a discipline within our Reiki practice to give ourselves the healing every single day, or as often as we can each day. So the hand positions, I'll get on with it now. Okay, so the hand positions. So we've got the back of the head. So you can have two hands at the back of the head, just over the top of each other. We've got the crown, the top of the head. We've got the ears, we've got the eyes, so your palms are going to be over the eyes, and then your fingertips will be at the forehead. We've got the throat, so some people do that, some people do, I do that. It's just whatever feels comfortable for you. Your comfort is priority. And usually we spend around about 3 to 5 minutes at each area. But again, what you're intuitively drawn to is what's right. So you might feel that you're working down the body. You think, actually, I don't need to go to the throat. It feels all right. I'll go straight down to the heart or whatever. Again, totally up to you. So we've got the throat, we've got the heart, which is where the heart is, roughly around there. So it's just slightly above where the heart is, and obviously that helps give healing to the lungs, to the muscle, to the heart, to that whole area, plus the energy in that area, the energy that helps to function the heart, which keeps you alive, keeps the blood flowing, keeps your chi and your prana moving throughout your body. And then we've got the solar plexus, which is just around about here, so it's where the ribs meet the bottom. So, and that's also like the liver, the spleen, the stomach, all those organs internally as well. Plus it's a very emotional center, so if you feel a lot of heat in this area, what can tend to have stress and anger, sadness and grief and all that sort of stuff can build up in the stomach. So you might feel that in heat or cool spots. The next spot down is just around about just below the belly button, which is the sacral chakra. And then we've got the root chakra, which is at the base of the spine. So you can either put your hands at the base of your spine behind you, which if you sat like that for a few minutes, it's going to be quite uncomfortable. You can actually put your hands between your legs and cup everything in between your legs. Or what I like to do is I like to just place my hands on my hips and just hold that pose. And then when I go to that pose, for me it's a nice place to just end the session and just go into a nice gentle meditation just to finish off with. I might then just go into a longer meditation and just cup my hands in my lap and just continue the meditation after I've been at that position for a while. And that meditation just allows that healing to just subside and continue. And you just feel really light, you feel really airy, you feel connected to yourself, you feel empowered. What may have started off as quite a busy mind at the beginning of the session has just become so relaxed, so calm. All the stresses, all the emotions, everything's just drifted away, and that is the beauty of Reiki. You really don't need to believe in that it'll work. Many of my clients who have come to me without any knowledge of Reiki, never had a Reiki session before, don't know what to do, and I try and explain to them the process, and they're like, well, do I have to believe in it? Or do I have to not block it? Or do I have to just say out loud that I accept this healing? You just do whatever you feel you need to do. What will happen is the healing will just happen anyway, and it will just flow. You can set an intention if you wish. You can call in and just say, I accept this healing, but totally optional. But there we go, that's the hand positions. My favorite hand positions for a Reiki treatment, so if I'm doing self-healing on myself, my favorite ones are, especially if I'm laid in bed on a night, putting my hands just on my hips. So obviously I'm laid down, I'm laid on my back, I've just got my eyes closed and my hands are just laid on my hips, and I just ask and intend for the Reiki to flow. And eventually, after a few minutes, I'll just feel like my body is lifting. I'll just feel very relaxed. I feel very floaty. And eventually, I'll just fall asleep. My other position that I like, because I like to work down the body if I'm laid down in bed, I like to put my hands on my chest and just cross my hands at the chest. And I also, when I'm at this point, in my mind, I like to be grateful I like to just think of what I'm grateful for that day. Or I like to think of what's made me feel love, or what love I've sent out that day, because it's connected to the heart. So you want to be thinking about things that are going to give you gratitude and love and all these wonderful feelings that allow you to feel lighter, that allow your vibration to raise. Because when your vibration raises energetically, then a lot of healing is taking place with that process as well. So having your hands just at the heart chakra, just laid down, This can be sat down or laid in bed. I tend to do Reiki when I'm laid in bed, either when I'm waking up or when I'm going to sleep. For me, it just feels like a natural time to just do it. And I always wake up after I've done a Reiki session. Either I'll wake up the next day feeling good, or after I've done my Reiki session on the morning, first thing, I might initially wake up feeling a little bit groggy or a little bit tired or whatever, but I'll finish the Reiki session and I will just feel lighter. I'm not really aware of anything. I'm not really aware of any tingling or heat or colours. It doesn't bother me. I just let whatever needs to happen happens. And because anything that you become aware of is distracting you from the present moment, it's distracting you from the beauty of the now, the beauty of the gratitude, of the feeling, of the love that you're putting into that moment. And my other favourite hand position is just at the solar plexus, and just lying back or sitting and just having my hands there. But if I want to do like a full healing session, if I want it to maybe last 45 minutes to an hour, I will work down the body, and then I will end, usually after about 35-40 minutes, I'll end at the hips for the root chakra, and I'll just leave them there for the remainder of the time, because it's a comfortable place to just sit and to just be and to just have the eyes closed and to just relax. It really is that simple. It really is a wonderful, wonderful way of giving yourself that love, giving yourself that appreciation, that compassion, that gratitude to yourself, that self-love that we need every single day. It's a wonderful way of giving you that. And the more you use it, the more you appreciate it, the better it gets, the better you feel, the more in tune with yourself you feel. You just become more aware, you become lighter, you become more, maybe like a little bit more awake, and you just become more relaxed. And a lot of stuff that maybe used to grind your gears or make you feel a little bit out of sorts, the more you incorporate Reiki with each and every day, it'll just let it just goes, it just flows over, and that is the beautiful part about it, and the beautiful part of developing your spiritual practice is just becoming present and just allowing all that stuff to just go, because it's not serving you any purpose. Sitting in the energy of anger, in the energy of worry and frustration, of fear, all these lower emotions just bring your energy back down. They bring you back into your mind, they bring you back into your body. Your energy body starts to just tighten up and freeze, and the energy isn't flowing. The more your energy flows, the more you let go. So find your flow and let go. So there we go, Reiki hand positions and some of my favourite hand positions when giving myself Reiki. I hope you've enjoyed. Do like and follow and subscribe for more. Comment below with if you're a Reiki practitioner, or even if you just practice hands-on healing of any form and you have any specific positions that you like, then comment below and let us know what those positions are. But I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this video has been informative, and I'll see you in the next video. Much love to you all. Namaste. Bye for now.